Health has been one of the key sectors since Ghana, in 1989, was picked as a priority country for Danish Development Corporation. And for almost 30 years, Ghana has been one of the major recipients of Danish aid. But things are changing.
Ghana has now achieved middle income status, actually already in 2010, when incomes from oil started coming in.
And this has implications for the partnership between the two countries.
Ghana-Danish relationship has to develop beyond aid. The world we live in is changing. Both the Danish and the Ghanaians want a different base. We want to move as a country from aid to trade and investment.
After 2020, our cooperation should be mainly on trade, investments, and the political cooperation with Ghana also.
Danida's support to Ghana has also targeted the private sector and partnerships between Ghanaian and Danish companies, like West African Fish.
We have supported a lot of small and medium-scale Ghanaian companies in various ways.
It may not be possible to point to one major concrete and visible result of Danida's support to the private sector.
But I'd say that we have contributed to strengthening the general private sector, also to make the private sector better able to request law reforms.
Danida as a partner has been very important to the Ghanaian government and the people of Ghana, particularly in the private sector support. They have been with us along the journey. Danida has been lockstep with us all the way through.
An example of this was when the Ghanaian government in 2004 launched its first integrated private sector development strategy.
Danida was first among the list of donor support and partners to come along and work with us. So to us, that was one of the most important areas. They've helped us address our private sector opportunities and challenges.
And Ghana's private sector is in a better shape now.
I think the private sector is actually developing very fast in Ghana. We see a lot of new companies coming up. Some of them are struggling very hard, but we do see companies being able to earn money and benefit from the generally good enabling environment which is here in Ghana.
The message to Danish companies is clear.
There's a huge potential for Danish companies in Ghana. There's a growing middle class. They are demanding lots of the products that we are able to produce.
Now relations are shifting from aid to trade, and some very clear development prospects of the trade activities are seen.
I could take the example of environment. Now we see a lot of companies coming into this area, being interested in waste management, in renewable energy, in all these areas. And they will probably be able to do much more than we have done with our development aid cooperation.
And Danida's track record in Ghana does give Denmark and Danish companies clear advantages.
Danida is a brand name well known in Ghana. They would sometimes be in doubt when we say that we're from Denmark or we're Danish. But if we say Danida, this is really opening the doors.
And Danida has had a special approach to private sector support.
Their approach is very special for a very simple reason. At the base, they listen to us. And I think that may sound a little opaque, but it's very important. Why is that important? Because at the end of the day, it is important that the people and government of Ghana own the process. For that, I want to applaud Danida and the people in Danida.